Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Premier League Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. In today's video, I want to look at some of the best budget options for defenders and goalkeepers. Of course, this is early days, however, this is what I love to do. I love looking at the team, I love looking at like budget options for each positions, and I basically enjoy creating drafts and, creating a whole new team, looking at different plans and so on. So in this video, I want to look at like budget options. I might miss a few. So if you do see a really good player that I missed out, please let me know in the comments below. And, let's have some discussions going on. Which players are you going to go for? But then, later on, once the Euros is finished, once we get to that pre-season games, that will tell us a lot of information on which players that we should be going for. Then I will make an updated version of this, okay? So I've got a lot of videos left to post. So I want to look at like budget options for midfielders, forwards. I want to look at strategies and so on. There's a lot of things that I want to cover. But in today's video, we're going to look at the best budget options for the defenders and goalkeepers. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video as it helps my channel out a lot. Hopefully this video will get up to about 100 likes. That will be fantastic. There are links in the description, so please check that out. So FPL Hub, I'm affiliated with them. Please check that out, where you can use like thousands of tools to kind of help you out throughout the season. And follow me on Twitter for any kind of updates. So here we go. So the first player that I wanted to talk to you guys about is a Lamptey, 21.7% owned right now. So it's highly owned. As you can see, 1 goal, 3 assists, 2 clean sheets there. So not the best stats in the world. However, he started off really well last season. But then he got injured. He was playing out of position, and that is why he's highly owned. It's because if he is fit and ready at the beginning of the season, I think he is nailed on into my team, and I think I might even start him. So definitely a fantastic option. Next up is Luke Ayling, a player that is on my radar, and I know that there are other players out there, but if you are looking for a very cheap player that is always going to play in an exciting team like Leeds, Ayling is the man. Dallas is now 5.5 and he's a midfielder. So like, I think that if we want a cheap defender from Leeds, he is the one to kind of go for. It could be a season, I really like the way he plays. Not the best fixtures here, but you want these cheap players for your squad. You want these players to be on your substitutes to kind of help you out later on. And I think going into the Premier League, I'm definitely going to get like playing players on my substitute bench. In the UK, the COVID like cases are rising, so yeah, there could be some issues. Fofana, what a option here. 4.5 from Leicester City. He played a lot of minutes. And the fixtures here for Leicester City, it's okay. It's decent enough. I think there are a couple of fixtures here that we can play in, and we can rotate him with other players. But as you can see, Wolves at home, West Ham away, Norwich away, Manchester City at home is going to be difficult. Brighton away, Burnley at home. That is not too bad. And for 4.5 million Leicester City player, I think this is a great option. So if you're not going to use this player into your team, just put him in a sub. You got a playing player, fantastic. But we will see what happens in the pre-season if he's continued to be nailed on. But I think he will be. He actually performed really well towards the end of the season. Max Aarons is a player that a lot of other clubs are interested in to sign him. 4.5, a 3.9% owned there, so low owned. 2 assists there when he was in the Premier League, 5 clean sheets, not too bad. Very, very difficult fixtures here. I know you'll be probably asking yourself, wait a minute, why are you suggesting this? Well, it is one of the best options to have in your bench. We are looking one of the reasons that we are looking at cheap options is because we need them for the squad. Some of them we're going to play, some of them we're going to bench. And this is why these cheap options are here. We want these cheap options to kind of help us out, rotate our teams around, and help us out from the substitute bench. Next up is Cody, a playing defender that is 4.5. I mean, what else would you want, right? Now, I know some people are looking at the 4 million defenders out there. Now, I need to make sure that these 4 million players are starters. Once I do that, I will come back and update this video. Right now, I haven't done the research to find any 4 million defenders that will play. Although Shane Duffy is back, that is interesting. So I will be looking at this, and we will go back and we probably will look at a 4 million defender. But right now, I'm looking for players that are nailed on that is going to help us out. Now, as for the goalkeepers, we're looking at the 4.5. I've got Tim Krul from Norwich. That is 2.2% owned. Difficult fixtures, but if you need a playing goalkeeper, he is the one to kind of go for. But I think the main goalkeeper here is going to be Sanchez, one of the best options out there. And I think that he is going to be in everyone's teams. But these fixtures are very good. You know, I might even double up and bring in Lamptey in and play him and play Sanchez as well. So just to have that little bit of a differential. Good fixtures for Brighton. But we'll see what happens towards the end. You know, near the deadline. We'll have a look if these players are actually going to be playing. So those were the 4.5 players. Now, you guys let me know what you think. I am 100% certain that I missed out a lot, but we got to move on. Here, we are going to be looking at the 5 million players that are for the defenders and goalkeepers. So for the 5.0 million defenders and goalkeepers, there are actually quite a lot of options. And I thought to myself, you know what, let me pick a bunch of players that actually could do really well for us. So first up is Matt Targett. Matt Targett, as you can see here, Watford away, Newcastle at home, Brentford at home. These fixtures here are fantastic. Then it becomes a little bit difficult, so that is the kind of the problem there. But then we can kind of switch our defenders around. And this is what I'm thinking to do. Maybe I should play Matt Targett for these first three fixtures and then rotate him with another player. So that is a kind of a strategy to kind of go for. The other player is Koufal, that is 5 million, 20.5% owned. As you can see there, 0 goals last season, 9 assists though, and as you can see, 9 clean sheets. So he actually performed really well. However, West Ham, you know, they've got the Europa League stuff to deal with, so they've got a lot of fixtures to play, and you know, I think they need more backup, right? They need more help. They need more players. But the fixtures here is actually not too bad. You've got Newcastle away, you've got Leicester City at home, Crystal Palace at home. These 3 fixtures are fantastic. And, you know, if we see that they are not performing well, then we can start moving them around, right? But 5 million, you know, if we're going to go for that little bit more of an expensive side, a player that could get more points for you, Koufal could be the one to kind of go for. Tierney is a player that I'm looking at. However, the fixtures early on, it's actually not that good. Tough fixtures, actually, even for game week 1. But then later on, it gets better. It gets better. They don't have the Europa League to deal with. So there's probably going to be less injuries. And he is a player that can get high returns. Last season, he's got 1 goal, 4 assists, and 8 clean sheets there. However, he was injured for a couple of game weeks, so that's not going to help, obviously. I think he can get more points here. He is a fantastic player when he does play. And these fixtures here are the ones that I'm looking at. Walker Peters here is another option. 5 million, you know, 0 goals there, 3 assists, 9 clean sheets. Yeah, and I guess this is where we can like rotate in with, but I mean, looking at it right now, I don't know why I picked Walker Peters, to be honest with you. I don't think the fixture's looking that good. So let's just move on. But you never know. Lewis Dunk is a player that is on my radar. So if Lamptey is not ready, he's not fit, I might actually go for Dunk, to be honest with you. You know, I might double up on that Brighton defense. And last but not least, let's have a look at these goalkeepers. So Meslier, form leads. So if you want an expensive, or actually not expensive, but that mid-price goalkeeper that is 5 million, he is the one to go for. You got to think about the save points as well. 11 clean sheets for him last season. Not the best start, but there are a couple of fixtures that it could actually do well in. And the other one, and I think that it probably could be the best 5 million goalkeeper, is Schmeichel here. That is 5 million, 7.8. Don't worry, I will be fixing up this UI so you can see his head here. But yeah, 7.8, 5 million, decent fixtures. You know, if you want to rotate your goalkeeper around, then he is to kind of go for. But 5 million for a goalkeeper, I don't know if I want to actually rotate him with another 4.5. You got to look ahead. You know, if there are some COVID cases rising in UK, that could cause a lot of issues. So we've got to be prepared for any kind of problems. But I think that is pretty much it, guys. I hope that this video has helped you. I'm going to be now looking at like the midfielders. So I'm going to be looking at midfielders that are on the 6.5 and below. And then I will be looking at like 6.5 and below strikers. That is going to be definitely useful for our FPL teams. Okay. Anyways, guys, I hope that this video has helped you. I will fix up the UI in the next video, and that is pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, drop a like on the video. Hopefully this video will get up to about 100 likes. Follow me on Twitter. And of course, if you want to become a Fantasy Football Hub member to check out all of their tools, you know, they got a lot of like transfer tools. They got a lot of like rate my team stuff, a lot of articles there, a lot of stuff to kind of help you guys out to kind of plan things throughout the season. There'll be a link in the description below. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.